What's going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I'm excited to talk to you guys about one player who is probably going to change a really big thing about the New York Jets offense. It's not the player you're thinking. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is going to change this offense. Of course, Nathaniel Hackett is going to change this offense. But there's someone else who's a little bit under the radar who is going to have a massive impact on how the New York Jets offense is run. And that player is Nick Bawden. Yes, the fullback. I am talking fullbacks on this episode. Don't click off. It's interesting, believe me. For those who don't know, 21 personnel is when there are two backs in the backfield and one tight end. So 21 personnel, running back, fullback most often. It can be two running backs and one tight end. But in this instance, we're talking about when there is a fullback in the play or on the field in the formation as well. So in the preseason, the Jets hinted at very heavy fullback use, especially in comparison to years gone by. So I have the numbers from 2021. Wasn't able to find them from 2022, which is bizarre. But anyway, Mike LaFleur was the offensive coordinator in 2021. So that's important. That'll help. So the Jets ran out of 21 personnel 5% of the time. That's it. Only 5%. And last year they didn't carry the fullback. Nick Bawden was not on the team last year. He's banged up. Yes, they could put, Ruckert or any tight end back there, but not exactly the same as having a designated fullback on the team, which is exactly what they're going to have. And again, in the preseason, they really hinted at heavy usage. So Dylan from Jets Nation did a really nice job of tracking these things for both, not only Zach Wilson, but for Aaron Rodgers. We don't have the Tim Boyle numbers, but that was kind of in the second half of games. It's going to be more interesting to take a look at what it looked like in the 10 plays with Aaron Rodgers and what it looked like with Zach Wilson, who most of the time was playing with the starting offense, or as close to the starting offense as humanly possible. But with Zach, they ran it 11.3% of the time, which is obviously a big difference than 5%. That's more than double. It's not what they're going to run exclusively out of, but they are going to use the fullback significantly more. And in the 10 snaps that Rodgers took in the game against the New York Giants, Bawden was on the field for half of them, 5. And again, I know small sample size, only 10 plays, so you don't want to go too nuts, but 11.3% with Zach and again, a pretty big sample size. And then half of the snaps with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying he's going to play half the snaps in week one, that they're going to run it out of that personnel a lot. But I think this kind of goes to show you that they are going to heavily use a fullback. It might not be, San Francisco is going to be far and away the one who runs the most with the 21 personnel, because that's just what they do. And, other teams with a run-heavy offense, you're going to see it. But this was something that the Jets pretty much did not utilize at all with Mike LaFleur, or very infrequently. With Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers, we've talked a ton about their impact on the offense, and obviously the biggest one is Aaron Rodgers coming here, but they put an emphasis on the tight ends, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, Jeremy Ruckert, those three guys. I would expect to see more usage of the tight end, especially in the red zone. Like, it wouldn't shock me if, Conklin puts up similar receiving yard numbers to what he had last year, but like 6 or 7 receiving touchdowns, because go down to the red zone, and that's what he's going to do. I mean, Robert Tonyan had 10 receiving touchdowns once with Aaron Rodgers. So that goes to show you just how much he loves feeding the tight ends. And, Bawden and using the fullback is something that, they really didn't do with LaFleur, but now will absolutely do, I think at least, with Nathaniel Hackett. So it's going to be different. I don't know if it's going to be 2009 Tony Richardson, but the Jets are going to try to run the football. They have a deep running back room, a very deep running back room with Brees, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter, Izzy Abanikanda. They have the tight ends to do it. So they right now are a little bit weaker at wide receiver after Corey Davis retiring. So one of the ways that I think they will mitigate that in the short term, who knows, maybe they end up making a trade for someone. That would be exciting. But in the short term, I think we're going to see a lot of multiple tight end sets. So that's 12 personnel, 1 back and 2 tight ends, or 21, where you have the fullback out there on the field and a tight end. So let me know your thoughts on this. Just kind of wanted to go out and share a note that stood out to me from the preseason, and something that I think we will see a lot of in the regular season. But sound off below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.